Hi, welcome to Blender 5 course part 2. In this video I'm going to explain about more tools and options in 3D view and focus on the 3D view like transformation tools, adding objects and so on. As I said in the previous part, which I explained about the user interface of the Blender, here we have the objects and entities in the scene. I said entities because this light and this camera, these two subjects are entities, not objects and 3D models in the scene. But this cube is a 3D model. Here we have groups named collections. Everything inside the Blender as a group is a collection actually. And here we have the objects and we can select them, and as you can see in the 3D view the entity has been selected as well. Here we can select this and here will be selected, and we can easily create collections. Here right click and new collection, and double click on it and rename it everything you want, and you can organize your entities in the scene. Here we can drag and drop this light here and see we have two collections and make the objects separate from each other. Press Ctrl Z to undo it, and this is the structure of the hierarchy, scene hierarchy, and organize everything you want. Now let's focus on the transformation tools. Here, as I said in the previous part, we have three transformation options, and another one is three of these tools, a collection of three of these tools. Here we can select the cube and press this button, which stands for moving the object. Here we can move in the Y. Here you can see schema of the axes and orientations in the Blender. Here this is the Y, this is the Z, and this is the X directions. And here I can select the center of it and move. Here you can see I'm moving it along two directions. We can try another view. And here this is the better freedom for positioning. The second is the rotation tool, and we can rotate the object in along the y-axis, X, and here this is the Z, or we can press the center of it to rotate along two or three axes. And the last one is the scaling tool. But if you click on center and drag, you can see we have here we have the scaling tool along three axes, or we can press this to scale it along two axes, or this or this. The question is, do we have keyboard shortcuts for these tools? Yes, we have. We can press shift in space and easily select one of the tools, move, rotate, and scale, without going and selecting the tools here. Or we can press G, R, and S for these tools, but it works different because here we have the regular tool, move tool, but if we press G we have more freedom, as you can see, and you can see the button here. If I press G, you can see if you want to move the object along the x-axis, you can press X. Here we have limited to X direction, or Y, or Z. If you want to cancel your movement, you can press right click. Or if you want to accept it, you can press a left click. Here. And for the rotation, you can press R, but it's different as well. And you can rotate the object freely, or press S for scaling, but it works in 3 directions. But you can limit it, as I said and explained in the moving tool, X, Y, and Z. Right, these are the transformation tools. Here we can select this, and we have all the transformation tools in just one tool. For example, you can move the object, you can scale, or you can rotate. This is not so popular. Actually, this is a good tool, but not too popular among the 3D artists. I don't know why. These are the transformation tools. Next is adding objects to the scene. Let's introduce the objects. You can add new objects, any object you want, any entity you want, actually. For example, 3D objects, which is the meshes in the Blender. The other name, curves, surface. I'll explain based on our needs. I don't want to cover all of them. Text, 3D text, volumes for cloud and volumetric fog, and so on. Armature for dynamic characters with rigging system. I'll explain about rigging, empty objects, lights, camera, and audio, and so on. But in this chapter, I want to explain about 3D models, adding 3D models. But I will cover camera, lights, and so on gradually based on our needs. First, the shortcut for adding objects and entities is Shift A, and you can add anything you want. Let's start with the meshes. The first one is we have all these meshes and 2 extra complicated meshes. These are primitive shapes, and I will start with them. The first one is the plane. Plane is a regular and simple flat object. Press S and scale it up here, and press G to move it. Alright, as you can see, it's a flat surface, and the interesting point of this object is it's not renderable from here. Actually, you can't see the other side, but if you render the object, you can't see the other side. It's transparent, and you can see the cube completely clear. The reason of that is optimization, and the plane is designed for floors, walls, and so on. Let's separate the grid using this and floor. Alright, and get rid of the floor, and now we can see the objects better. Okay, this is plane, and as I said, it's very useful for ground, floor, wall, and so on. The next is cube, and you can see it inside the scene. You can delete it using the delete button and add another object, and this is the cube. Shift A and circle. Circle is not actually 3D model, is a circle shape that you can use it for some reasons. For example, adding path to the for animation. For example, we want to adding something rotate along and based on this path, and this would be useful. The next is the UV sphere and completely 3D object. But as you can see, we have hard polygons. These are polygons. I will explain about them in the modeling chapter. These are hard polygons and effects on the final 3D object. You can see the final object as it is, and you can smooth it if you want. You can press and select the object and right click on it and press shade smooth. See the object, this is smooth. Or you can press shade flat and see the polygons flat. Or you can press shade auto smooth. It will automatically detect the hard edges and convert it to smooth edges, and this is equivalent with the shade smooth but with some restrictions and some limitations. Alright, everything complicated like human face, creature body and so on, or rocks, trees, and complicated objects will be created using these simple and primitive objects. And the model structure will be designed gradually using the basic shapes. The next is icosphere. It's different from this because let's get back to the shade flat, is because the structure of the polygons, the constructor of every object is different. It's based on the quad polygons. As you can see, we have 4 points, quads. These means quads. And this is triangle. We have 3 points connected and structured polygon. Icosphere is different from another view. You can shade it smooth. We don't have any differences, but some hard edges because the triangles are too low. We can increase it and make it look like this one. Actually, in the structure, these two are different. The next I will explain about them. The next is cylinder. We can see the cylinder here. We have a polygon at the top and bottom. Actually, let's delete the plane and the button, and here we have some polygons. But what if we want to shade it smooth? Here, if I press shade smooth, as you can see, we can't recognize the edges. Here we want flat polygons, but we flatten it in here, this edge as well, round edge. This is not good. But what can we do? Here we can shade it flat and press shade auto smooth. This is what shade auto smooth do. Here we've smoothed out the edges, the vertical edges, but here the round edge is not smooth and it's flat, still flat, and this is so good. And you can see the difference between the shade auto smooth and shade smooth. Alright, the next is the cone. It's similar to the cylinder, but the top part is different. We can repeat the process and press shade auto smooth for it. This is so useful for some objects, but the more useful primitive objects are plane, cube, UV sphere, and cylinder. Cone and truce are not so useful. This is another primitive shape, and we can press shade smooth for it because we don't have any special edges like this cylinder. You can press shade smooth if you want. Alright, these are the primitive shapes. We have 2 more shapes, complicated shapes. This is the grid, is kind of different in polygons. I'll explain the polygons and edges and points, vertices in the modeling section, but this is different from a regular plane, simple plane. But the next is completely different. It's a monkey face, and it's designed for example, if you want to try a material or a special lighting, you can try it on this model. It's more complicated, and you can use it if you want to apply a fast lighting or material design. Here you can smooth it and see the result. Alright, the question is, how can I increase the polygons count of a specific object. For example, let's move this. If I want to uh, increase or decrease the polygon count of this object, here you can see setting when you instantiate and generate the object. The subdivisions, if you open it, we have the subdivision field and many other fields, but the most important is subdivisions and radius. Here, if you increase the subdivisions, you can see the polygons are increasing, but be careful, polygons are so dangerous for RAM usage. If you increase it to a huge amount, you will face with memory overflow and many other problems. You may need to restart your PC even in some cases. You can increase the subdivisions and change the radius or scale of the sphere. But the other options are not so useful. These are related to location and rotation. You can manually change it, or you can select the object, 3D object, and here inside the object properties menu in this panel you can change the location X, location Y, location Z, or manually using the G or R, or using the rotation. Here you can see it's rotating, or you can change the scale. This panel is related to this object. You can modify the other options that will work with it later. And finally, here you can press right click and shade smooth, and you can see the object is smoothed out. This is so good, and you may not believe this is icosphere just like this, but this is so similar to the UV sphere. Alright, these are the principles for moving and transformation tools and adding objects and entities to the scene. I didn't explain about the other entities like curves, lights, camera, speaker for audio stuffs and so on, because I want to explain it later in the related chapters. Alright, see you in the next chapter.